Let's have a real conversation, a conversation about tough times. In 2017, I was probably at the lowest point of my life. I was 3 years into being an entrepreneur, and for some reason, life wasn't going how they said it was going to be, or at least how I saw it on social media. I wasn't a millionaire. I wasn't rolling in cash. I didn't have a Lambo, and I surely wasn't being as successful as everybody else seemed to be. And that almost broke me. In that moment of hardship, in that season of tough times, I realized that if I did not prioritize my mental health, if I didn't prioritize my mindset, I had no shot of being successful. If this is the first time that you're meeting me, my name is Keenan Hart, and I have been an entrepreneur in the healthcare and mental health space for the last decade. I've had the honor of working with some of the largest healthcare systems in the United States. I've had the honor of working with community-based organizations who have one goal, and that is to increase access to mental and behavioral health care for small rural communities in the Southwest, in the state of Nevada, in the Pacific Northwest, in the state of Washington, all the way to the small states of the East Coast. And along my journey, I've realized that my voice is incredibly important. My voice is important because I have the lived experience of someone who has struggled with their mental health, someone who has realized that if I didn't build a solid foundation underneath me, I wasn't going to have a shot at being successful for myself or for the people who I cared about. So when I first got started in the mental health space, I understood the challenges that come along with raising your hand for help. Why? Because I come from a biracial background. I have an African American dad and a white mom. And I grew up with the dynamic front row seat to the challenges that came along with raising our hand and having safe conversations around things as important as our mental health. I saw my family culture be impacted because we weren't appropriate to raise our hand in a time of need when we felt stressed, anxious, or maybe one of my family members was struggling with their mental health. But it didn't stop there. I grew up a high-performing athlete. I played all the sports. I played football, basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer. I played at some of the highest levels across the country when I was a kid. But I've also seen the mindset that comes along with that high level of success. I've seen the lack of resources, the inability for someone to raise their hand when they feel inadequate, they feel stressed, they feel overwhelmed, or they feel like they don't have the tools to be able to talk about things as important as our mental health. It's always lift more weights, dust it off, buckle your chin strap up. We don't talk about that. Don't be soft. I've seen the impacts of negative mental health on my friends, on my family members. And so as I've gotten older, I've thought about my voice, my opportunity, my platform, and what I can use it for to be able to perpetuate a conversation around mental health, a conversation around lived experience, a conversation about what really matters, and that is our mental foundation. You can be the strongest guy in the world, but if you don't have a solid mindset, none of it matters. You can be the most successful businessman in the world, but if you're not happy, none of it matters. And so as I think about what the next year is going to bring for me, I want to use my platform, my lived experience to talk about the things that truly matter. I want to interview people. I want to have discussions with people that have lived experience. I want to have conversations about the true hardship, the real stuff. I'm going to be documenting my process, but more importantly, sharing my struggles, because I know that I'm not alone when it comes to battling with my mental health, my mindset, and trying to build a happier, healthier, more successful life for myself. And so if this is our first time meeting, I could not be more excited because this journey is going to be something that is going to have a huge impact on everyone. Everyone who's willing to tune in and have an honest conversation. Everyone who's willing to roll their sleeves up and do a little bit of hard work to get the result that comes on the other side of being uncomfortable. And we're going to learn a lot of lessons along the way.